If you've been keeping an eye on the AI space lately, you've probably noticed a new heavyweight contender stirring things up. It's not from Google. It's not from OpenAI. It's from Anthropic. And it's called Claude 3. Now before you roll your eyes thinking, great, another language model, hear me out. Claude 3 is doing something a little different, a little smarter, a little more strategic, especially when it comes to one particular use case that's got marketers, investors, and business analysts paying attention: market insights. In a world where the edge goes to whoever can read the market faster, smarter, and deeper, Claude 3 is stepping into the ring with some bold promises. It's not just another chat bot, it's being pitched as a thinking partner, an insights engine, a data whisperer. But here's the real question: can it compete? Today, we're diving deep into Claude 3, breaking down what it can actually do for market research and strategic planning. We'll explore how it stacks up against other AI giants like ChatGPT-4 and Gemini. We'll test its ability to parse trends, identify opportunities, and simulate analysis that might otherwise take teams of analysts days or weeks to complete. And by the end of this, you'll have a clear answer on whether Claude 3 is a game changer or just another hype cycle. Let's start with the basics. Who made Claude 3? And why is it even called Claude? Claude is the brainchild of Anthropic, an AI safety and research company founded by former OpenAI employees. The name is a tribute to Claude Shannon, the father of information theory. That's no coincidence. Anthropic has always branded itself as a more safety-conscious, philosophically grounded alternative to some of the more commercially aggressive players in AI. Claude 3 is the third iteration of their large language model, and it's designed not just to be accurate and fast, but helpful and harmless. Yes, that's part of their internal alignment framework: helpful, honest, and harmless. So where does market insight come in? Unlike early generation models that were primarily focused on conversation, Claude 3 has been optimized for complex, multi-step reasoning. It can handle vast amounts of structured and unstructured data. Think spreadsheets, reports, transcripts, earnings calls, tweets, product reviews, you name it. And then it can synthesize all of that into actionable intelligence. Imagine feeding it a list of customer reviews from Amazon, earnings call transcripts from 5 competitors, and raw social media sentiment around a new product category. Claude doesn't just summarize, it connects the dots. Let's look at some real use cases. Say you're a product manager trying to understand whether your competitors are winning over Gen Z in the skincare market. You feed Claude 3 the last 3 quarters of press releases, marketing materials, influencer campaigns, and TikTok comments. Or imagine you're an investor eyeing the electric vehicle space. Claude can digest 1OK filings, Reddit forums, supplier trends, and global regulatory updates. Then give you a synthesized view on who's likely to hit production milestones first and who's bluffing. That's more than just summarizing, that's strategy-level insight. So how does Claude 3 actually perform compared to its competitors? Let's talk speed, accuracy, and depth of insight. First, Claude 3 is fast. It processes large prompts more smoothly than GPT-4 in some benchmarking tests. That's especially helpful if you're feeding it tons of raw data and expecting a quick turnaround. Second, its contextual window is massive. We're talking up to 200,000 tokens in the Claude 3 Opus model. That means it can read and hold a full quarterly report, a customer feedback database, and a dozen news articles all at once and still generate coherent, structured output. Compare that to GPT-4 Turbo, which is powerful, but sometimes struggles to maintain coherence in longer multi-document inputs. Claude has an edge when you need that long-form synthesis. Then there's tone. Claude 3 is noticeably more measured in its responses. It's less prone to hallucinations, less overconfident in uncertain data. When you ask it for an insight based on speculative or incomplete info, it's more likely to qualify its response rather than bluff an answer. That makes it particularly valuable in market insights, where you're often navigating partial information and fast-moving trends. But let's not sugarcoat things. Claude 3 isn't perfect. There are still edge cases where it misses nuance. If you ask it to detect sarcasm in social media sentiment, it might fumble. If your prompt isn't specific enough, it might err on the side of safety and give you generic answers. And while it's great at synthesis, it's not a replacement for original research. So how do real businesses use Claude 3 for market insights today? Let's go behind the scenes. Startups are using Claude to fine-tune their go-to-market strategies by analyzing customer support chats and review data. Enterprise companies are using it to draft investor memos based on internal performance and external macroeconomic trends. E-commerce brands are feeding it Shopify data and TikTok metrics to optimize product rollouts. There are also analysts using Claude 3 to build competitive matrices. You feed it data on pricing, feature sets, customer perception, and partnerships, and Claude organizes it into digestible strategic overviews. What's even more interesting is how Claude can simulate a boardroom. Some teams ask Claude to role-play different personas: CFO, CMO, investor, and debate a proposed product launch. It doesn't just summarize data, it thinks through implications. Now, you might be wondering, how does Claude 3 actually generate these insights? What's going on under the hood?